Welcome back to Halloween Haunts 365.com, the podcast. I'm Jared.
Hi, I'm Terry.
Today we have a fun interview coming up, but before we do that, we're going to pip our shit on our store. So here's this video. All right, and we're back, and today we have an interview with Fall Ritual. How you doing today?
Good, good. How you guys doing?
Very good, very good.
Good.
Oh, someone's a little sick, but she's fighting through for us. All right, so we'll start off with how about you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Glenn. I run the Fall Ritual YouTube page, which is basically just video reviews of haunted attractions. Um, I started doing like album reviews for a little bit, but that really wasn't my forte. I
Okay.
was very uncomfortable doing album reviews, so I stopped that. So now I just strictly do haunt reviews, and um, I'm mostly on Instagram. Like that's where you'll find me the most.
I
YouTube
gotcha.
and Instagram. I have a Facebook page, but I'm never on it. I don't do anything on it. I don't like Facebook.
Yeah, I'm starting to not like Facebook too because they're starting to make my images blurry and it's pissing me off.
But Instagram's where I'm at. It's Fall Ritual, all one word. It's where I'll post everything there, like all my reviews, all the stuff, all the Fall Informer stuff, which is the stuff that me and John from the Haunt Informer do, our interviews. So all that stuff will get posted on Instagram and my YouTube page.
Very cool.
That's nice. When did when did your love for haunted attractions begin?
The love for it probably came somewhere, I guess, early 2000s, maybe like 2001, 2002, when I went to Frightland for the first
Okay.
time. I went to like smaller haunts, like growing up, but Frightland was like the first big one I really saw. Like that was like the first massive, like holy smokes! Like I didn't realize haunts could be this big or they have that much going on, and I think that's really where it started,
Yeah.
like the early 2000s. And I went to Frightland probably the most in those early days, and then I started going to other ones in like mid mid to late 2000, like 2008 maybe. I started hitting them like every single year, trying to find new ones.
Wow, cool. Very cool.
Frightland's a good time.
Uh, so that kind of answers our next question. Would be what was the first haunt you went to? So
Yeah,
Frightland. Very cool.
Brightland was the big one. Yeah. The first haunt I ever went to though was this little tiny one. I grew up in Norristown, Pennsylvania, and there was this little tiny one called the Barn Playhouse. During the regular year, they put on like these like plays for like kids and everything, and during Halloween they would have this haunted house there. I was always terrified to go in. One year I finally decided to go in. So that was like the first haunt attraction I've been through, but Freudline was the first big one I really went through.
Yeah. I started on the little ones on the Jersey Boardwalk.
Okay.
um, how long have you been covering haunted attractions on YouTube? How long has Fall Ritual been active?
I started in 2018. I had the idea since maybe around 2016, but it took me around 2 years to really start to, I guess, get myself motivated, or
Yeah.
like not motivated, but like psyched. Like it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. You
Oh,
know,
Oh yeah.
oh, I know.
I thought I'm just going to talk about haunts in front of a camera. This ain't going to be difficult. And I was like, whoa, this is way harder than I anticipated.
Yeah, when we started, we were strictly a website where I would actually just write the reviews. But then, probably 2017, I thought about doing this, and it
Yes.
took me 3 years to actually get to do it.
Yeah, it's very like, and every year I don't think it gets easier.
No.
It's just like, and I don't do any editing on my videos or anything, so you can see there's like, you know, mistakes or a lot of a lot of just faults. But
Yeah.
I like to keep it real. I don't like to, you know.
Yeah, I've run everything through broadcast system, so I don't have to edit anything. If I want to show a picture, I just click this button right here, and
Mm,
I'll show the thumbnail.
right.
So yeah, I'm down for the real. Very cool.
Yeah, which makes it harder, but
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of the haunt night?
ooh, favorite part. I that's a tricky question because I love going to the same places over and over again and like getting at like there's certain places I go that makes me really feel like it's the haunt season. Um, but then also discovering new ones. I always try and get to at least two new ones every year. So going out to a new one is always when I get the most excited. Just what do they have? What do they offer? And I always get the most nervous and scared going through new ones because you have no idea what you're about ready
Right.
to walk into.
Yeah.
Uh, but
And
as far as like, it's just the whole build up. It's just the whole drive. I make CD, like I still make mix CDs, so making a mix CD for like a playlist and listening to it on the way to a haunt, the drive out there, um, it, that anticipation, that build up, that
yeah.
excitement going out there.
Yeah, like I love going through the attractions, but like we have a ritual where we'll stop and get sweet chili Doritos and like a Coke for the drive up, like the big bag, and
Mm.
I won't let her have it in the off season because that's that our haunt food.
Well, that's crazy because like going out to Field of Screams, it's like I will stop and get like pumpkin munchkins at Dunkin' Donuts,
Yep.
and I'll go out with my friends and we'll eat these pumpkin donuts on the way out there. And then for the longest time afterwards, there was no real Sonics near me. Now there are, but at the time there wasn't any Sonic. So afterwards, it was always Sonic. So I always incorporated Sonic with the haunt season, especially Field of Screams.
Yeah,
But now Sonics are there's one right down the street from me now. So,
that's good.
but there's certain things that you incorporate,
Hmm.
food or something with the haunt season.
Yeah, we'll start throwing like horror movie themes on, or listen to like old podcast episodes that we covered of that haunt to see if like things
Mhm.
change.
That's
It's
funny because I never really go back and watch my old reviews, but there's sometimes I will just be like, oh yeah, I forgot they did that. Now they're not doing it, or something like that. But I rarely do I go back and watch my old.
Yeah, I get yelled at a lot from the Field of Screams team because I always screw up Frightmare Asylum and Dead of Darkness. I'll mention like a room I thought was in Den. They're like, "That's in Frightland." I'm like, "All right, calm down." I knew it was at Field of Screams.
Right.
So, what type of haunted attraction is your favorite? Is it the hayride, the trail, a house, other kinds?
Um, hay rides are usually the most laid back and chill. And if it's a nice fall night, I love just sitting on a hayride and just going through the scene, looking at the scenes, looking at the props, looking at the actors. Um, for the longest time, trails weren't my favorite, but in like the last few years, I mean, these haunts have really stepped up their game on trails. So I think trails now have become one of my favorite. Um, but I do love a good house too. So it all depends on who does what,
Yeah, yeah. Were you
Yeah.
able to walk the Bates Motel hayride this year?
Yeah, I did it actually the past 2 years.
I
And I
love
was a little
walking it.
disappointed, but But their trail's amazing.
Yeah.
Bates Trail is absolutely amazing.
No, but I mean walking the hayride.
Yes, yeah,
That
I've done
was
that.
I loved it.
Really?
I
I loved
loved
it
walking
too.
the hayride.
Okay. See, I thought it was a little disappointing because if you're like ahead of the group, you're kind of missing things, and if you're like way behind, you kind of already see things coming out.
Yeah, for me, I wasn't really worried about like the jump scares, more as I got to get up to that motel scene and like look in the windows and stuff. That was pretty
Oh,
cool. So
okay,
I
yeah, being
like,
up on it,
yeah,
yeah.
I liked being able to take my time, and I liked not waiting 4 hours to get on because they're not filling carts. They were letting like hundreds in, and then you all just walked. I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I miss. I kind of miss because if you're in the head of that group, you're missing like what's behind it. Like if
Yeah,
there's,
Right.
Bates is like full of animatronics, so you're missing the
yeah.
animatronics coming out.
So
And
you're missing the triggers on the ride. I got you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What attraction theme is your favorite? Is it like asylum, clowns?
Theme.
Like redneck theme, clown
No,
theme.
any type of if there's like the slight. Usually it's a pumpkin theme. If there's any type of pumpkin, any type because any type of theme that is more Halloween themed.
Okay.
That's what I want to see. I think haunts need to get back to more Halloween themed stuff. Um, so any type of like, if you know the scene on the Reaper's Hayride, like I think it's called like the Pumpkin Alley or something with like
Yes.
giant pumpkin guys in the trees and everything like that. Anything pumpkin, scarecrow stuff. That's usually my favorite theme.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love clowns and dolls.
Yeah, she's a sucker for dolls. So she loves that attic, and I think it's Dead of Darkness with the doll room. I feel the screams. Like I said, it's either Dead of Darkness or
Or
yeah.
Frightmare.
Yeah.
And they're both so good that I just get them screwed up all the time. And then the actors love their house, so I hear about it on Instagram.
You got to hear about it. Yeah.
All right, so let's take a quick break from the haunts real quick, because as you know, we do a lot of horror movie content too. Because I probably wouldn't be doing all this without horror movies. So, what's your favorite scary movie?
Favorite. I watch Trick or Treat every year. They're like the new, like the 2000. When did that come out? 2009. The 2009 Trick or Treat.
Yeah, somewhere
I watch
around
that
there.
one every year. Like, I just, it's such a fun. Like again, it's going back to like the Halloween themed.
Yep.
I love that. I love Halloween 3. Halloween 78 used to be my favorite. Now it's just one of those like I love that movie, but I've seen it so many times. It's still a great movie, but I'd almost pick like Halloween 3. Like if I'm going to sit down and watch a Halloween movie, I'm going to pick 3. But Trick or Treat is up there. If we're going Halloween themed stuff, but I love like Texas Chainsaw,
Very
stuff like
cool.
that.
I just had a question pop in and out of my head. God damn it.
Getting old.
Apparently I am.
What's your favorite horror villain?
Favorite horror villain. Again, it gets tricky. Like I love Michael Myers, but there's a lot of Halloween movies I'm not a fan of.
Right.
As far as franchise, it's probably Texas Chainsaw because that's a franchise where like I like the majority of the movies. Where it's like Halloween, I love Michael Myers, but there's a few I can do without.
I'm guessing 5 and Resurrection, probably.
And 6 and Halloween Kills. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick did we do franchise yet?
Yeah, he
Okay.
mentioned it.
All right, so you
Like
got
Texas
Texas
Chainsaw will probably be my
Chainsaw.
favorite franchise.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Um, that's tricky. That's a tricky question. I've never had personally seen them. I never personally seen go or had anything like seen anything move or anything. But I can tell you, walking through Hotel of Horror is a especially if you do it by yourself, it's a pretty freaky experience. I in 2020 I went to a Hotel of Horror by myself. And if you've been there, you know, like those long hallways and those staircases and everything. And it's just like you always felt someone was watching, even though no one was around.
Right.
Um, as far as believing it, I don't know. It's a tricky question for me because, like I said, I've never seen any any spirits, any apparitions. I've never seen anything like really move. I've never seen anything like that. But really, the biggest thing I've had was like, wow, this is really freaky. Is at the Hotel of Horror,
Okay.
you know, where I went through by myself, and it was like, whoa, this is
Haunts are different when you go through them alone. It really,
they
they
definitely
are.
are. And Hotel of Horror is one of the haunts that really gets to me. It really freaks me out.
Where's that at again?
That's the one. It's out in Saylorsburg, PA. It's kind of like Pocono
Oh, okay.
area. It's like really close to Waldorf and like Waldorf's around there. Halls of Horror is around there.
Because
It's like,
they're on our list for this year that we're gonna try to get to.
yeah, you got to check them out. Like they're incredible.
We definitely want to add a few new ones because the
Definitely.
last 2 years it's been all repeat. We didn't get to any new ones yet.
You could easily do Hotel of Horror and Waldorf in the same night.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Did you
Yeah,
like
I
the
did that.
Waldorf?
What was that?
Did you like the Waldorf?
Yeah, I thought Waldorf. That was another place that has a great trail. And if you love horror movies, you will love that trail.
And that's the one that the Hell House LLC was filmed at.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And they don't really. It's awesome because they don't really like during the haunt season. They don't really like
Theme
play
it
up
around
on it.
that. Yeah.
Yes, there's only like one real scene that they do that with, which is really cool. Because you don't want to be like over the top
Right.
down your throat of like this one movie. You want to see like different themes, and
Because out of
they
all the like haunted attraction movies that I've watched, that's the only one I really liked. Was Hell House LLC 1 and 2.
okay. Not even like Hellfest or Haunt.
Hellfest was okay. I didn't hate Hellfest. I hated the house that October built.
I
I couldn't get through the ride there because the actors were just annoying me.
Yes, I 100% agree. The actors in that movie are very annoying and very tough to get through. But I do like when they were going through the houses and stuff like that, and I do like I like the concept of it.
Yeah,
I just yeah, the actors are just like, oh man, these people are the worst.
yeah. I'm just like, and once we saw the haunt, I was like, all right, cool. Then they took that extreme haunt twist. I'm like, I'm
Hmm.
done. I'm turning this off. Did you ever see the Funhouse Massacre?
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh,
No,
you got to find that. That was
I
really
see it
good.
a lot on like
That was
streaming
good.
services and stuff.
Yeah, it's Robert England's in it for like 10 minutes, but it's basically he runs a prison for the most violent people ever that no one's heard of because they're kept that secret, and they get out and they are sent into haunted attractions of their history. So they're actually killing people the way they used to kill people at a haunted attraction. It was pretty cool.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I watch it a lot. I like it.
Okay, I have to check it out. This coming season, I'll have to check it out.
It's usually on Netflix. It might even be on Tubi. It's not like a
I see
super
it.
production.
Yeah, I see it a lot on like streaming. So when I'm flipping through what to watch.
Mm-hmm. Plus, it's got Robert England, so I had to watch
Yeah.
it.
Well, what hasn't he been in? At a
Yeah,
certain point, he shows up in everything.
he does. So, who has your favorite hayride? Over the years, Which one satisfied you the most on average?
God, it's so tough
I
because I
know.
don't like I don't like rating. I don't. I think every haunt does things like in their own unique way.
Yeah.
Um, but and I feel it's like so unfair that like Reapers is so good, you know. And I hate. See, here's the thing. I hate when people go to haunts and compare it to Reapers and
Yeah.
thinking that they're getting Reapers. Like if you go to a haunt thinking like you're going to see what you're seeing at Reapers, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
You know,
You have to go in with an open mind.
Yep.
you got to go. You got to go to a haunt thinking like, what is this particular haunt doing?
What's their style? Yeah.
What's their style? What's their what's their thing? Not comparing it to another one. But obviously, the Hayride that blows me is Reapers.
Yeah.
I mean, I went there last year for the first time. I'm like, holy smokes, man, this is unbelievable what they're doing here.
Yeah, I'll talk to you a little bit after we record about that.
But I do love I do love the hayride at Creamy Acres.
Yes.
Yes.
Right there, they have a great hay, especially like back in like 2009, 2010 when they had like the foam coming down.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And the pirate scene.
Yeah,
Brian Copen, like we've said, I need the girls in the bikini with the beads. Come on, brother. He's supposedly giving me a set of those beads to hang in the Hall of Fame.
But Cream Acres now they do some cool stuff with like
Yep.
that half. It's like a swamp, but it's like tilted. It's like,
Yeah.
have you seen that yet?
Yep.
It's kind of like splits the room.
Yep.
It's not like this way. It's like this way.
Yeah, that was cool.
And they got monkeys. They got apes on the hayride. So I'm all for listening to apes on
They do have apes.
So, but yeah, they got a cool one. Lehigh Valley Screen Park, they got a cool hayride. But it's all depends on what they're working with. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I love Bloodshed's hayride. Their drive-through was awesome. I love their drive-through.
Yeah, we had a fun time there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went 2 times.
Yeah, we drove through twice.
But it all depends. Like this is why I can't really rate. This is why I don't like rating and ranking and stuff because it's just so tough. Because I love haunts for different things.
Yeah. I throw the disclaimer in that we're hardcore haunt fans, so like just because you scored like a 3 doesn't mean we didn't have fun. So, you know, like I tell everyone, just because they got this doesn't mean you shouldn't go. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so it was just, plus it's all arbitrary and just us having fun. So
Right. And what I don't like, might be what somebody loves.
Yeah. Yeah,
It-
exactly.
So, I mean, I'm pretty. I feel I'm pretty honest when it comes to my reviews. If I call someone out, it's because they're not good. That's just my opinion.
Yep.
I've called out a haunt before, saying that they were terrible, and I know people who love it. So,
Yeah, we had one last year. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I could see where the plot, but I think it was more family friendly, which is fine. That you're going to make more money being family friendly, but
right.
you know, I'm more of on the extreme side.
Yeah, but not too extreme.
Nah.
I don't want to.
Oh well, I've been to too extreme, and that shit scared the hell out of me. Did you watch my Freakling Brothers video?
I don't think so. What
Check
is that?
out. It's in Vegas. It's called the
Okay.
Freakling Brothers Haunted Attraction. There's 3 attractions. One was a vampire house, really well done. One was a witch house, very well done. And the third one was called Gates of Hell, which you had to sign another waiver for, and they fuck with you bad. Like, it starts off with her telling you to shut the fuck up and get in the building. Then they cram you in a room, very small box. And then, yeah, I was tortured. Check out the video.
All right,
I went through a
I'll
lot.
check that out. But the most, extreme I want to is the blood experience at like Halls of Horror. I've done
Okay.
that several times. That's about the most
I gotcha.
I want to do in that, because then it just doesn't become fun. I at the end of the day, I want a haunt to be fun.
Yes.
You
Right.
know,
We
not
drove.
like
We drive all that way. We spend that money. We want to have a good time.
you're right. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And I don't want to be like tortured. You know.
I gotcha. So we won't go too deep into this because of the season launch party that we're doing. But what is one thing you're looking forward to in 2022?
Um, I guess getting to some new ones. I do have some in mind that I would love to get to. If I can pull them off, that would be amazing. But just anytime I can get to a new haunt, just to see what they're about, just to see, like, cross it off the list. Not even cross off the list. I have on my phone just the active running list of all the haunts I've been to.
Oh, that's cool.
So just to add another one to it, be like, all right, awesome. I got to do this one. Because like you, like it's so easy to do the ones that are around you,
Yes.
that you love. And a lot of people say, get out of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
go somewhere,
Yes.
go to other ones. But for me, it's a lot of like, it's tricky traveling and,
Yep.
doing that stuff. Like I would love to, do like these crazy weekend road trips and stuff like that. But work and everything and, trying to get a reliable car and
I hear you.
money, it's
Yep.
it's tough to do it, and
It
then, like
is.
you want to give your followers, new content, but it's so sometimes tricky.
That's when you become like a certified demonologist for content. I did that over the weekend. I became a certified demonologist. Oh,
Where did the name Fall Ritual come from?
Oh God, that was God. That took so long. That was another like a 2-year process of like why I thought of doing this in 2016. It finally came to light in 2018 because I'm like, wow, what's a cool name to use? I don't want to go. The whole of me doing this was um, inspired a lot by my friend Dante, who did October Panic Attack. If you've ever seen his videos, his reviews are incredible. Um, so he stopped doing them. I wanted to kind of like pick up where he left off. I didn't want to just get into like just the name October or just because, it's a year round thing, so I was like, let's do something fall. There's this metal band called Mantic Ritual. I was like, wow, Ritual, that's a cool name. Like I love it. And like I feel like going to haunts is a ritual. It's
yeah.
like, I got to leave at a certain time. I got to get there like early. I got to, certain things I got to do. It's like a ritual.
Yeah.
And then just the name Fall Ritual came together, and
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that was. I knew I needed to buy a website name. So I wanted a name that Google can grab. So I'm like, I can't go Haunts 365 because nobody's going to know what the fuck I'm talking about. I can't go, haunted attraction or whatever because so many were taken too.
right.
So I was like, you know what? I want to do more than haunted attractions too. So let's put Halloween in the name. That covers that much. Haunts can cover haunted locations, haunted places, haunted attractions. And then I wanted to post close to every day when I started the website. So 365. And then,
Yeah.
then I made I'll send you pictures. I don't know if you remember our original logo.
Because I remember your website, like as I used to, because I'm like, wow, I should have started this as like a website. That seems like so much easier,
Oh, it was. It was so much easier.
But I was like, wow, I want to do the YouTube like Dante did. I wanted to do
Yeah.
YouTube. I wanted to do video reviews. Get it out there. But I'm like, wow, I was like, God, a website probably would have been so much easier. But
It was to an extent, but you were kind of limited to what you could do with a website. So that's what I wanted to do. Like, I love these. I love horror. I love hauntings. I love true crime. I just love creepy shit. So I hear all these podcasts playing all the stuff I want to talk about. I'm like, you know what? I'll just do a podcast and film it on YouTube while we're talking. And then 3 years later, I finally pulled the trigger on it. Yeah, the website was a lot easier.
Well, and that's where the whole Fall Informer came about. What me and John do was like, I don't want to like just show up at like September to November and do this and like disappear the rest of the months. It's like, and I know there's a lot of stuff happening at haunts, builds and getting everything ready and, actor training and stuff like that. I'm like, God, between the two of us, me and John know a lot of people in the haunt industry. We could probably get them for interviews,
Yep.
And it's like, wow, that's what we could do during the off season,
Yep.
is get interviews and have more content out there.
Yep.
And shine light on it. And that was the big thing, is like shine light on these haunts, especially the smaller ones that don't get the recognition, Like I'll review every haunt I go to, but I really want to shine light on these smaller ones.
Yep. Would you ever consider starting your own haunted attraction?
Talking to all these owners, no.
Right?
No way.
A lot.
I know we both know Jim from Bloodshed. He was telling me one time he was there till like 3 a.m. getting everything ready because he had the fire marshal coming in, and it's like, no way. There is no way that's gonna happen.
The only way I'd do it if I could take the keys from like one that's already been established, has a name and all that. It doesn't have to be a big name. I'm not saying it's got to be Field of Screams, but something with at least 5 years in the door.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you can make it happen, really.
Yeah. To start from scratch and like build up, especially now, it's got to be really tough.
Yeah. Unless you have a $5 million balance, it's you can make something, but you got 5 years till you're in the black.
Right. Yeah, but no, I want, and also I think like when you get into like the business side of it, you're probably gonna lose like the fun of it. You're gonna lose the excitement.
Yep.
Where do you see the haunt industry in 10 years?
The industry.
Sorry.
The haunt. I hope bigger. I hope bigger. I hope there's more haunts. I hope that there are people out there that do want to start their own haunts, and just because I don't, and a lot of people in the industry might be like, nah, I don't want to start it, but I hope there are people who do want to, and it just gets bigger.
Yeah.
And just expand it more. Get more. I mean, there's tons of options out there, but get more options, get more places to go, get more things happening.
Very cool. So where do you see Fall Ritual in 10 years?
Hopefully still going to haunts.
Okay, good.
10 years, I'll be in my 50s, so...
Yeah, me too.
I hope still doing haunts and still doing the stuff,
I gotcha.
It's weird, like... I don't necessarily want to be like a YouTube star. Like that's not my intent on doing this. Like I don't want to be like this like YouTube celebrity of like going these on like, oh, that's Fall Ritual and that's Fall. I want the haunt to be the star. I want the haunt to be like why you're going like, oh, you saw my video review, that's gonna make you want to go. Like, I don't want to be it. I don't want to,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it happened, but I'm not here for that. I'm not aiming for that. I just want to make good content. That's all I really want to do.
Yeah,
I just want people to enjoy what we're doing, and see the haunts for what they are. Like, we went to a Friday the 13th mini-con that my friend was holding. And we showed up, and he's announcing us by bullhorn. I'm like, well, it's not about us, dude. It's about what you're doing. We're here for you to post what you're doing.
It did happen once out at Lehigh Valley Scream Park. Someone was like, "Oh, that's Fall Ritual. Like, I'm here because I watched your video." I'm like, "That's what it's about." You know, awesome.
We're starting to find them.
Yes.
Well, we were at the MiniCon. Cool. I was talking to Field of Terror, the makeup artist there, and I went to hand her my card. She's like, "Oh, I already got you guys. I listen to you guys all the time." I'm like, "Oh shit!" I didn't know people did that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like when I started putting up the first one in 2018, it was just kind of like, I was so nervous. And I'm like, well, how many people are actually going to watch this? And then I started hitting like the 1,000 view stuff. I'm like, wow, people are actually watching this. Like, this is pretty crazy. Like, I'm hitting like 1,000 views. And it seems like nothing when some people have like tens of thousands of views, but it's like, damn, like 1,000 people watch my video, and it's like, all right, cool.
And about like the haunts that we cover, because we cover a lot of the same haunts, and these aren't even like HHN videos, and we're reaching 1,000 views on these. I'm like, wow, okay.
Right.
So, what do you do for a real job?
Real job, I worked at a gas station convenience store.
Okay.
Full time.
Very cool.
I've been there 15 years.
Oh wow.
it's all right. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. People come in and yell at me because of gas prices. Like, it's my
like
fault.
it's your fault.
I told you, man. You got to lower that shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, how dare you set these prices? It's like, yeah, because I'm the one that's setting prices. But yeah, for the most part, it's really cool. It's very like I work for an Exxon, but it's not like I work for the Exxon. It's like one guy owns it, so we're kind of like a small family there.
Hey, that counts. It really does.
Yeah.
Do you have any other hobbies besides haunts?
Just rollerblading. Like I do roller hockey when I can.
Okay.
Other than that, between work and not much. Like every time when I'm not working, I'm trying to relax. So if relaxing's a hobby, then there we go.
It is. It's definitely a hobby. I do it as much as I possibly can. What?
Today was a lazy day.
Today was a lazy day. We went to the movies, though.
Well, yeah, we did the movies.
Yeah. We saw Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was. I think I left the house once today, and that's pretty much it. And
well, she's gonna put me to work when we're done. I gotta go fire up the grill.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
I know. But yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, just hanging out with my friends when I can, and doing the Fall Informer stuff, and waiting for haunt season.
Yeah, I had John on probably, I don't know, 3 months ago or something like that. 2 months ago.
Yeah, you interviewed him, then he interviewed you. Yeah, I watched both for interviews. Yeah, John's a good dude.
Yeah, he's good.
Yes.
Good dude. He cracks me up. But yeah, don't hang up after we run this. I want to ask you a couple questions that are off the air that you people can't hear. Ha ha. All right, so you already picked your social media, so I'm going to have you do it again since it's the end of the video. So you said you're on Instagram at Fall Informer, Facebook.
Fall Ritual.
Don't really Fall Informer. I knew I was going to do that shit. When I was filling out the stupid paper, I kept writing Informer. I'm like, it's not his name.
Yeah, Fall Ritual.
Fall Ritual. Fall Ritual. It's Instagram. Do you do the Twitter?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, either do I.
Oh, I
Nope.
do. Twitter is fantastic. There's no rules on Twitter. I love it.
Yeah, no Twitter. So Instagram's my main. And also YouTube. I am on Facebook, but I rarely post anything there.
I got you.
Instagram and YouTube are like my two big ones.
Very cool. Very cool. You have any questions? More questions before we wrap this up, Your Honor?
I don't.
No. All right.
I don't have.
Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yes,
been a
thank
pleasure.
you for having me on. It was fun.
It was. It's a good time. It'll be even more fun once we cut the camera. But this has been Halloween Haunts, 365.com, the podcast where every day is haunt season. Goodbye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.